Lab. Today we are starting a fresh module, and it happens to be the first module in the program. The way the program is laid out, we run it like a Ferris wheel, but it does have a beginning and an end, and module 161 is that beginning. So for my students who have been through most of the program already, the things that y'all haven't seen yet that I kept saying, y'all are about to see this. Y'all are going to see this coming up. Now is the time when y'all are going to start seeing some of those things. Okay. And getting back to where you started. So just some real quick announcements. Yesterday we had a module end. Today we have one beginning. If you have not turned in that final resume yet that was due yesterday, you have until 11:55 tonight to do that, or you will fail this module. I just got to be blunt about it. It is the only exam grade, and it's 40% of this class, 40% of the module. So if you do not turn in that one thing, if you got 100% on everything else, and you don't turn in that final resume, you have a 60% F. So please turn that in today. And guys, it has to be in PDF format. It says in my directions, the very last line is put it in PDF format. If you do not remember or you don't know how to do that, please see last week's video. I walked y'all how to do that. Walked y'all through how to do that last week. If beyond that you still have questions or are confused, get with me. I will be happy to jump online and walk you through it myself. Okay? I am here for you if you need help. Let's see. So module end. And the only other announcement, we have a holiday coming up at the end of this month. We have Memorial Day, which is Monday, I think the 20, let me look at my calendar, Monday the 25th, if I'm reading correctly. We will not have class that day. We will not have class that day. So that will be a 3-day weekend. Enjoy yourselves, have fun, make good choices, all that stuff. All right, so let's see. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the module we're starting today. And like I said, it is the beginning of the program. So it is our starting point for new. When the program is built, like I said, it's built from beginning to end, and it's laid out to where you can build upon the knowledge. You start out with the basics and you build going from there. So when we start out this program, we start out explaining what a health insurance specialist is, what a medical front office, administrative assistant is, what all these different job titles and tasks and everything that are open to you. These are all things that you can do. If you don't like the billing side of things or you don't like the coding side of things, you are not stuck with that. Okay. And I hope that with your resumes, some of my students who have been here longer and have been through the coding or are almost about to graduate, you had a good idea of what kind of job you wanted to center that resume for, tailor it for, right? You want to use the relevant work information that's going to, align as closely as you can with the job that you want. And I really hope, I haven't looked at everybody's resumes yet to see what y'all included and what y'all didn't. But I really hope everyone includes this program on their resume because that's huge. That's part of your education. And especially if you have no medical experience, that is going to get your foot in the door. That's your training. That is why you're a good fit for them, is because of this program. That's what's going to get you in there. So I hope y'all included that on your resumes. If you didn't, please consider doing that.
I was gonna ask you about that, and then I just realized, like, of course, I'm a student in training, so of course I should put that on there, and that's what I put in my detail. So yeah, and it's
Perfect.
like we still have the experience with certain things because we went past certain
Exactly.
modules. So I
You've
put
been
it in the
working,
skills.
you can include in there too that, like I said in the interview, if they ask you, do you have any experience working on medical office software? Even if you've never worked in office before, yes, I do. I did that in my training program. We used the simulation software and I entered patient data and I documented notes and I pulled up forms and I posted payments and I did all these things in the office software. So that is all things that you can list on that resume, you know, that you have experience, you learn how to do in the program. So yes, Guy, definitely, definitely. Great job. All right, so the beginning of the program, again, we're going through all these different positions and you're learning. We kind of start at that front office, at that front desk, and we work through how I showed you guys the revenue cycle from beginning to end, how the office flows. We kind of do the same thing in the program. We start at the beginning of the office, the basics that you need to learn, like laws and ethics. So we're going to be hitting that in detail in the next few modules, okay? All your forms for compliance, your new patient forms, all these different things. We're going to be hitting all that in detail. You're going to be learning a lot about office equipment and office software, office policies, different ways to handle different situations, and everything that you might need to know. We're just starting at the beginning and we're going to work our way through. So fun times, a little bit different. If y'all have looked forward, I know I only have yesterday. I'm sorry, today is Thursday, not Friday. Today and tomorrow's assignments open. So if y'all have noticed, they're a little bit different than what we have been doing in Moss. It's you have a chapter that you reading part of it today, part of it tomorrow, and then you're going to answer some multiple choice questions on what you read. That's pretty much it. Because this is more about taking in information than tasks you need to complete. Okay. Once we learn all the information we need to learn towards the end of the program, that's when we're in our simulation software and doing our and completing our tasks. All right. So that makes sense to everybody. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. All right. So we're on day one. So I'm not gonna dig too deep into that today. That's just where we're heading and where we're starting off, and just an exciting time that I wanted to kind of talk briefly with y'all about. The main point of today's meeting, the main thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is basically just we call it housekeeping. Generally in an office or business setting, you call it housekeeping when you have a meeting to just have a gentle reminder if there's any new policies that you need to roll out, gentle reminders about certain expectations or certain policies that are already in place. We're going to do some housekeeping today. Okay. So one of the biggest changes for you guys that has been being put more into effect the last few weeks is makeup policy and grading changing. The way the grading is changing just a little bit. Everything is still open till Sunday, as it's always been. I don't grade the other stuff till after they close on Sunday, except for at the module end. Okay, when the module ends, because everything is due every day, and you are expected to keep up with your classwork on a daily basis. By the time that module ends, you need to be done. You need to be done by the end of that day, because guess what? At 8 a.m. next morning, your next module starts. Okay. So it's super important that you be done with your work by the end of the module. I used to be able to, y'all that have been with me for a while, you may be used to me being kind of easy breezy with, all right, I can give you another day or so. I can't do that anymore. Point blank. I can't be so easy breezy with y'all anymore as far as extensions and due dates. I have been sent the policies in black and white, and have been told to adhere to said policies, or else. And y'all know what the or else is. And I love y'all. But I have my job to do, and I have a family to support, and I need my paycheck. So I've got to, I've got to toe the company line and really adhere to those policies. So have your work done by the end of the module, because it is policy that if you have an unexcused absence, you have the way it reads to me, and I have asked for additional training to better understand the policies so that I can better explain it to y'all, because I don't understand it the way I don't have my head wrapped around it the way I need to. Point blank and simple. I don't understand it the way I need to. So I have asked for additional training, which I will be getting next week along with all the other instructors. We're going to get a refresher course on what the policy actually is and how we can adhere to it and how that's going to affect things going forward. But from what I understand, for an unexcused absence, you have 2 days to make up that work. And then that's it. Then after that, it is a 0. And that's 2 days from the date you come back. So let's say you missed Monday and Tuesday, and you come back and you're marked present on Wednesday. You have Wednesday and Thursday to complete all the missing work from before, from those 2 days you were absent. Not from work before that, from those 2 days you were absent. You have 2 days to complete whatever missing work, and then it's a 0 after that. Okay. At the end of the module, it's just the end of the module, unless it's an excused absence. If you have a legitimate excuse, or a death in the family, some type of a legitimate reason for why you could not be in class and you were absent at the end of the module, you will not be given extra time to make up the work. Once I turn in the grade, it is what it is. And I have 24 hours to turn in that grade. Okay, so the module ended yesterday. I have 24 hours to finalize grades and get them back. So technically, I should be emailing them those grades before 11:55 tonight, but I'm not. That's outside of my working hours. So I have till 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay. So at 8 a.m. in the morning, after I check everybody's attendance, I email out those grades. I have to have them in by 9 o'clock, or I get a write-up, et cetera, et cetera. That's my deadline. All right. So that's why y'all will get text messages or emails if I need you to change something the day after the module closes. That's why, is because I'm working on finalizing those grades, and I want y'all to have every opportunity to get a passing grade, because I know the modules are short. When you miss 2 or 3 assignments, it can really affect your grade if those are high point value assignments. Okay. And I want y'all to have every opportunity. But here's a gentle reminder too. We are all grown-ups. We are all grown-ups. There is no college campus in this country where the professor will call you and say, hey, you missed this. No one. And I've been to UL, I've been to the University of Phoenix, I've been to the South Louisiana Community College. I've attended them all at different stages of my life, and never had a teacher. I have a bachelor's degree, never had one that would be like, hey, you missed this one. You might want to catch that. So just a gentle reminder on that too. And also your boss at work, once y'all get to where you're going, is they're going to tell you once what your job expectations are, and you got to take the ball from there and run with it. Okay. But again, you're always able to ask questions, or if you're unsure, that's literally what my job is to get you through this program and help you through it. And if my instructions have not been clear, or you were confused on anything, that is the time to reach out to me. And don't wait till the module's over. and then my hands are tied. Get with me right away, guys. Don't wait on things, okay? Another quick reminder. I have some students that are accessing modules from like the grades panel or the calendar, accessing assignments from the calendar on the dashboard, or going to the grades panel and getting into certain modules that way. Please don't do that. You're going to get yourself confused if you do that, especially like I have told y'all repeatedly to disregard that calendar on the dashboard. For whatever reason, it is never, we cannot get the dates that we set in assignments to line up correctly on that calendar. It is going to have you thrown off. Okay, you're going to miss something if you're trying to go by that calendar. Don't do it. Ignore it. Pretend it's not there. And as far as accessing the grades panel, once y'all get to the point where y'all are at the end of the program, and especially if you have failed a module, and you get to where you're repeating, you're going to start seeing modules twice and you're going to get confused about which one you need to go into. Don't do that. Don't access your modules from the grades panel, please. Do it from the dashboard. Find your new modules on that My Courses page. After you click into it on the My Courses page, it's going to show up first on your dashboard. The ones on your dashboard are the last ones you accessed in that order. And this is another reminder. We should only ever be working in one module at a time. Okay? Do not start one module until you are completely done with the one before it. That's what I've kind of stopped opening. I used to open up everything for the week on Friday. Even if a new module was starting, I would go ahead and open that one up on Friday as well. And I've kind of stopped doing that because I noticed that people were jumping into that new module and missing stuff that was still open in the old one. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm probably going to not be opening modules until the day before they start going forward, just to alleviate that issue some. Now, that does cut it short as to how much time you have to complete that assignment. Like today, yesterday, or I'm sorry, I keep thinking, I don't know why it's stuck in my head that today is Friday. It is Thursday. Today and tomorrow's assignments are going to close on Sunday. You got today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday to do these assignments, and then that's it. Okay, unless you have an excused absence, you get it in within the 2 days from all that. So that is some of the main stuff. Access your modules from the dashboard. Follow along on the daily assignments tab, on the labs tab, on the exams tab. Do not try to jump around Cengage. Do not worry about what Cengage says is for practice or for grade. Go by what Moodle says. Okay, that's another reminder. I've still got students that want to hop around in Cengage before they're done with all their other work, and they're ended up missing things. And you're like, I did this, this, and this. Well, you didn't need to do that, unfortunately. That's great practice. You got great practice, but it didn't count towards your grade. Well, it says it counted toward grade in Cengage. I don't go by Cengage. I assign my assignments in Moodle. That's your final grades in Moodle, not in Cengage. Okay. Let's see. And the other thing I wanted to just kind of remind you guys about was, I know somewhere in Moodle and on the dashboard or something, it'll show y'all like a completion percentage. And I've had students stress out because they want that to read 100%, and they think if it doesn't read 100%, that there's something that they did not do. You can disregard that just like the calendar, okay? It is never going to reach 100% because for whatever reason, it is looking at everything that's in that module. And as y'all know, not everything for that everything in that module is for a grade. You have the readings, practice, and review tab. Okay, you have the NCCT prep tab. None of those things are for a grade, but there are things that can be done. So that completion percentage is never going to be 100%. So you can disregard that. the thing you want to do is on that daily assignments tab, that labs tab, and that exams tab, make sure you've gone through all of those to completion for every module. Just work your way through day by day, and you can't go wrong. Okay? Let's see, anything else I need to, I really think that's it. I really think that's it. I do want to, if you are not on Microsoft Teams, you need to be. I send everybody requests when they join the class. If you cannot find it or need me to resend it, let me know. I will be more than happy to do so you can be a part of our Teams chat. Recently, the Career Development Coordinator, Ms. Lauren Cormier, has introduced herself. She's new with Unitech, new with the company, and just y'all, is going to be great. She is going to be a great asset for you guys to help you polish up those resumes, help you guys get interview ready. She can do mock interviews, and she's more than happy to take a look at your resume and give you some tips and pointers and stuff like that. And she has popped into our Teams chats to introduce herself and put out her contact information. So again, if you're not in our Teams chat, you're missing out. You are missing out on important
information. Hey, Miss Brandy.
Hey, Charlotte.
Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off. Hey, how are you? I wanted to, I didn't get an email from her, so I'm
she
probably
didn't
gonna
send
just,
out
like
any
you just said,
emails
in the team chat.
Yeah, Teams chat. She hasn't sent out any emails, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, she did introduce herself. She did in herself.
Yeah, a few people did. A few people did get something, but I never received one.
And it may also depend on where you are in your program too.
Right.
Okay. She's like, you will hear from the Career Services Department. They will get with you at the beginning of your program. They will hit you up again at the middle of your program, and then they will hit you up again at the end of your program.
Okay. So this is the first time. Yeah,
they have certain times throughout the program they keep up with how the students are rolling through, and then they have times when, okay, it's time that we fill out this form or look at this and stuff like that. So if you have gotten an email from Lauren, please respond to it with whatever information form, whatever she's asking for. Because I know one of the forms that she does send out is an authorization to send your resume. If she has a copy of your resume, we do have people that will call our career service department and say, hey, I need a fresh face. Who you got that might fit the position I need to fill? And if we have a good student and we have your resume on file, and your instructor says, let's do the thing, that'd be a great fit, then Lauren will forward your resume for you when we have those types of situations. So definitely, if y'all see emails from her, pay attention to them and get her whatever information she needs.
Ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you.
No problemo. Great questions. Great questions. All right. Any other questions or concerns? Anything before we cut out for today?
I'm good.
All right, folks. Well, as always, thank you so much for your time. I know it's not always to take time out of your day and sit here and listen to me talk for 30 minutes, especially on days like today for housekeeping days and stuff like that. So thank you. I really appreciate you. And I'm here if you need me. And otherwise, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.
Hi, Brandy. I have a question, but I mean, it can be after everyone leaves. Really, I would like to schedule like a one-on-one if that's possible.
We can definitely schedule a one-on-one. If you think it's a question that more other students may have, feel free to ask it now. Or if it's something that's particular to you think just you, then we can definitely do a one-on-one. It's totally up to you.
Yeah, so I mean, I maybe they have this other question, or I don't know, but like I know you explained the dates for the labs and everything like that. So, for example, right, if I go to my lab from Friday, and I know you're not done inputting all the grades yet, with that exception. If I go to the lab that was due on Friday, or that was input on Friday, right? from my understanding, which I did ask this question the other day in the team chat, I thought that labs were not graded every day. I know the daily assignments are graded every day, but I did not think the labs were graded every day.
No.
So I thought the due date was Wednesday, like for everything, like the final exam and the labs.
Okay, so like for last Friday's lab, that was
Mm-hmm.
day 1 of 4 of the module, right?
Right.
Right. That lab closed on Sunday at 11:55. It was due Friday, but I leave them open until Sunday at 11:55, and I grade on Monday. I do not grade every day. I don't grade anything every day. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so the reason why I still have that grade is because even though it was a new module, it was still due that Sunday 2 days later.
Correct. Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Okay, I was
exactly.
not aware of that. Okay.
Exactly. And now the day 2, 3, and 4, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays were supposed to have been done by the close of the module yesterday.
Right, of course.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was confused about, why my grade was still like that from the Friday.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
Um, okay. So that's what I was confused about. And of course, I don't have a grade for my final yet. But I was just okay, maybe we can schedule another session after this one because
I after this I have another meeting scheduled. I'd be more than happy to meet with you. What time? I can do between 4 and 5 sometime
4 and 5.
if you're available.
Do you have anything tomorrow available?
Yes, anytime tomorrow morning. I'm wide
Okay.
open tomorrow morning as far as
Okay.
meetings.
Okay. So I think 8:30 will work for me.
That will not work for me.
Okay.
Between 8 and 9 in the morning, I will be doing attendance and turning in final grades for the module that ended. So
Oh,
that will not work for me. Um, can we do like 9:30, 10 o'clock? Would that work for you?
yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. I will hit me up on Teams then and we'll jump into a video.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, Ariel. Thank you. All right. Anybody else want to schedule anything or have any questions? Any follow-up questions on grading? Any of that?
No, now I know that I asked everything I needed to know. I was doing unnecessary assignments, freaking out. I spent like an hour doing something because I thought that it was for a grade. I did something, then I failed it. Oh, I was panicking.
Look, that's the whole reason why we did what we did today, because you're
Yes.
not the only one.
Yes.
You're not the only one. So no worries, y'all. No worries. We got this.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.